Here we have Shen Yun. I just was watching some other video and had this at play. I'm covering it primarily, so I had to just check things working good now, don't worry. Because this highlights the problem with them because of the narratives they will be proposing in this. I'll go this by point, so yes, it's only 3 minutes, but it would be longer with video because I want to highlight the narratives shown. I'll also highlight some of the stuff on their YouTube channel.
Before communism.
First things first, I know it's only 2 lines, but this is quite common. Because often in the advertisement they have seen China before communism.
China had a glorious past.
And that is where the issue is first. If they think that China was better before 1949 itself, it's not necessarily, that's not truthful. What they are the reason why they are opposed to this CPC is for other reasons. They are using the CPC as a scapegoat, so therefore they think everything before the Communist Party is better because the Communist Party is the one who basically ended their existence in a meaningful sense within China itself.
What if you could bring it back?
And this is also the case to highlight this dynamic. They want to push towards an earlier dynasty period where China was under the previous emperors.
Since 2006, Shen Yun has been reviving the essence of Chinese civilization deeply.
And that's another narrative they like to push. They like to push that the Chinese Communist Party is the enemy of Chinese civilization, and they are the protectors of it.
Rooted in ancient values like compassion, honesty, and faith.
Wait a minute, go back there. Here we go. This is a prime example right here. I'll give an extract based here, right? This is where they like to highlight in this one scene alone. I know what they're talking about or showing in this scene from a friend who has seen the show itself and basically left halfway through. And basically this is as per description, their description of the communists basically persecuting them. And now we will go into the thing I have not watched from this yet.
Decades of destruction, deceit, and violence have nearly destroyed a nation's values.
Talking about the Cultural Revolution and the Tiananmen Square incident is their methodology of trying to highlight how the Communist Party is evil,
along with its own identity. So how do you revive what has been lost in today's China?
But that's the thing, it has not been lost. In today's China, many or some of the trends of the past still exist. And some of the relics and historical things still exist. This is a point in which they want to promote a propaganda narrative.
At the core of Shen Yun is an ancient art form, classical Chinese dance.
It's not that unique, because there's other classical Chinese dances out there which you can watch.
classical Chinese dance. Movement begins with the heart.
And this is highlighting the point of how the propaganda works. It works in a weird way as to highlight this. This is just gonna manifest a circle of masturbation about their own material. So let's keep going.
And we preserve traditional techniques throughout our production.
Again, that's not unique to them. That's been done with China itself. I will just... You know what? I'm gonna stop this one specifically and then link straight to the Shen Yun thing here. For example, let's look at the other reasoning here of other official trailers that let's push out.
A performance that truly matters.
Doubt it. Because while it may look pretty, the actual narrative of it is basically about a masturbation about their own persecution, and they're therefore trying to make out that they're the heroes, and the communists are evil, and that it's a narrative of good guys, bad guys sort of narrative, but it's not necessarily a truthful thing to say.
For each and every one of us. This is what you've been waiting for. See it at least once in your lifetime.
Or don't and save yourself, because it's just propaganda. That's one. I'm only going through these and blitzing them because there's no point sticking with them. And this is also another thing they love to do here in doing these sort of things.
It was spectacular, so beautiful.
I thought I was going to heaven.
Oh, it was electric.
I'm getting chills talking about it.
It gets a 10 from me, that's for sure.
It was that good.
Absolutely marvelous.
Hands down the best show I've ever seen.
It's emotional, it's captivating, it's visual. Every single bit of your senses is engaged.
Do you see where it's starting to go out here? They're trying to advertise towards white people, basically, about the using the persecution narrative, and therefore, as you can see here, using prominent people who have positions of power and influence to try and promote their show.
Oh my gosh, it was a riot. I didn't expect to laugh so much and also be touched so much.
I was literally looking for something which was magical, uplifting, and it was way more than that.
The music was just so beautiful, and it really lit up the room.
There's nothing like live music.
There's also another thing of reference here. NTD. If you do not know what NTD is, I will show you now exactly what that is. I won't change any of my screens. Just take 2 seconds. New Tang. That is this. New Tang Dynasty. Yep, and there's one more thing to this, New Tang Dynasty. Whatever, this would be is enough, because I can confirm it otherwise, but this is just close enough to it. Here we go. New Tang Dynasty is a multinational American television broadcaster founded by adherents of the Falun Gong, based in New York City. That's okay. Back to the point.
The combination of the music and the dancing was sometimes uplifting. You know, my toes are tapping and I want to get out of my seat. But it was also very calming.
I think it's magnificent. It's magnificent to see another part of Chinese culture that a lot of people don't get to see. And the stories are amazing. The execution, the dance is amazing.
The flips, the aerial movement, it was amazing. It wasn't anything I've ever seen before.
Absolutely perfection. There wasn't even one flaw.
I must say I'm so highly impressed with the level of the dancers, their technique, just all the concepts are absolutely wonderful.
The costumes, they were works of art.
The way they used the costumes to create part of the image, it was just absolutely...
I'm sure you don't want to see another minute of people masturbating with their Falun Gong. The same. Right, next thing, I do know exactly this one. Shen Yun. Shen Yun. Here we go. For example, even more connection that Shen Yun is propaganda of the Falun Gong is this. Dragon Springs, also known as Mountain, is a 400-acre compound in Deer Park, New York, US. It serves as the headquarters of the global Falun Gong movement and the Shen Yun performance art troupe. Members of Shen Yun live, rehearse in the compound. This is an interesting dynamic because there's more details into this which can be going into, such as, I'm only just giving a few real details you can look into. Dragon Springs. I'm just going to get quick keywords. I can't find its face second, but I can't find its face second, but it's a clear case in which there is the dynamic in which there's information control going on there, which I can go into later, maybe at another occasion, but regardless, let's not waste anyone's time here unnecessarily. Let's see if there's anything else on the YouTube that's absolutely relevant. You know what, let's finish this by showing off what sort of shorts they like to do.
舞蹈不光是看谁跳得更高。
中国古典舞蕴藏着许多奥妙。
Estamos en un lugar muy especial de la orquesta, el foso. A mí
Okay, well, actually, no. You gotta see the show live, with its dancers, orchestra, backdrop, and costumes. Live in
I still do have stage fright when it comes to something challenging.
And that should be enough to highlight the dynamics of why Shen Yun cannot be trusted necessarily, because they have a bias against the Communist Party itself in which is not rational. I hope that is helpful to people.